Hey guys, I got a set of roller rockers that I'm going to go ahead and install today, and I thought this is an LO5 engine, so it's a TBI 350. I think it was rated at like 215 horsepower, and I got it in my 1990 3/4 ton four-wheel drive pickup, and I just cut the exhaust off of it, and I thought, you know what? That'd be a good time to go ahead and do something like a 0 to 60 test. So I think we'll go ahead and do that real quick, before and after, you know. So hope this thing works out okay. All right, just gonna punch it. 3, 2. But I chirped the tires a little bit, so I think the exhaust kind of helped out, because before I couldn't even brake torque this son of a bitch, get him to spin. Let's try it again now. One wheel peel, baby. Yeah, getting rid of that catalytic converter, that clogged ass 27-year-old piece of shit. That was I think that was quite a performance improvement. Yeah, the night I got this bastard running, it wouldn't. I could not get it to do a burnout at all. Like, I was standing on it, just couldn't get it to break loose. So I think I'll do one more 0 to 60 test real quick. Got some traffic here. It's kind of strange. And then I'll do an after test. So, hang on 1 second. And all right, stopped. And 3, 2, 1. Backfiring and shit. So, all right, now I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta do some other. I'm gonna do oil changes and stuff, and car washes and all kinds of fun stuff. So we'll check back in after I get done installing these roller rockers, which came in the mail the other day. And $204. How can you go wrong for 1.6 ratio, narrow body, self-aligning roller rockers? Check this out. Delivered in 2 days. You can't. That's just unbelievable. All right, guys. Well, top to bottom, everything you need to know on how to install roller rockers on an LO5 engine. Now, it's sat for a few years outside, so don't give me too much shit on how dirty it is. But I actually literally kicked out a bird who had a nest on top of the distributor. This motor is pretty nasty, but to get the valve covers off, there's really not a whole lot to do that I have to remove. I think I can probably even get them off with this alternator bracket still in place. So yeah, right here. I mean, I think there's still clearance to even get that off. So I'll go ahead and start that process now. Air cleaner stud there. Heat pipe. 3/8 socket for these center bolt valve covers. Just 4 of them in the center. I think I'll be able to pull those. I think I'll be able to pull these plug wires out of the way. And this PVC. Hold on. Yeah, I'm having some problems with one hand. So, is there more than one? There we go. Wow, talk about gunked up. That throttle body is gross. I bet it has nothing at all to do with the PVC system, huh? So, anyway. Oh yeah, I gotta... It's nice when you try to start a project and your phone has 6% charge on it. I'm sorry, my camera, my professional camera. All right, I got the last of the bolts removed, and I just pull them out and put them up right there. This is still extremely warm. Yeah, very, very warm. I might just pull the bolts off the other side real quick, let it kind of halfway cool off, because I literally just got done driving this thing minutes ago. So I think that's what I'm going to do after feeling how warm this thing is. All right, just pulled the valve cover off on the driver's side or passenger side, and I broke a coolant fitting coming out of the block up there. You can't really even see it. They're coming out of the intake manifold, so I'll have to. I need to get a fitting and fix that. So I'm just going to start working on these rocker arms real quick. All right, so basically, if you've never changed a rocker arm before, turns out it was 5/8. There we go. I'll show you as soon as I get this one off how they work. That's nice. So everything in here is still incredibly hot. And that stupid bird, Jesus. So, take the nut off, and there's a little... Alright, so, hot. This is a stock stamped steel rocker arm, okay? You see where the push rod pushes here, and this in here scrubs on the valve stem. Every time the push rod pushes on it, this is upside down of course, but every time the push rod pushes up here, this end rocks. Well, it rocks on the fulcrum right here, but it scrubs on the valve stem. See a little bit of oil right there? It actually rubs on the valve stem right there. And at the fulcrum end, see that little round, this little round ball here, or ball washer I guess you call it, that end sits inside there. So it rubs, when it does rock, it just scrubs metal on metal, well, with a small film of oil in between, metal on metal here, inside here, and here. You can see this aluminum rocker arm. This is actually a higher ratio. So if you look at it from the fulcrum to the tip, it would actually is actually a 1.6 ratio, so roughly a 6% higher, or 6% more valve lift than this one. This is 1.5, this is 1.6 ratio. So this has a roller bearing. It's like a fidget spinner, kind of. turn it on its side. It's trying to hold the camera and do this. It's not very easy. Anyway, so this, you can tell it spins very freely, and there's a little roller wheel up here too. So the wheel goes on the valve stem. This tip here. The other tip goes up on the rocker stud. This is how it goes. So, and then it uses a poly lock instead of a regular nut. So there's this lock here, or this nut here, and there's a set screw that goes inside to go down on the rocker stud. I haven't lashed them yet, but these are all installed. So I had some problems with it. Here, I'll show you the old fitting. It comes out of the back of the intake manifold. Look at that shit ass, porous. Anyway, it comes out of the intake manifold down there, right next to the distributor. And so I had a coolant leak, so I had to fix that first. And now I had my wife help me tighten some things up on it. Oh man, just about ready to rock and roll. Look at this. I think we're ready to roll. Taking her on a test drive after installing the roller rockers, and we're going to do another quick 0 to 60 test. And I had some problems with one of the fittings, one of the coolant fittings on the intake manifold, where heater hose comes out. And pain in the ass. So we're going to drive back down about the same spot where I did the first test. This is about where we did the the 0 to 60 test earlier. Getting the flat right up here, and then we'll take off. Flat-ish. All right, now I'll go ahead and ready? 1, 2. I'll have to go back and actually see how long each one took. I don't know if that's an improvement or not. So, one difference is we have a little bit cooler air, but I also have an extra 120 pounds in here. So I don't know if they should roughly even themselves out or so. But other than that, it was kind of a pain in the butt. I had to run to town twice to get some parts, and I came back, and then, yeah, that was a little bit frustrating. But let's go ahead and do another 0 to 60 test real quick. This is about where I did the second one. All right, 1, 2. I'll stop it right at 60, so I'll check all the times and all that crap. So it seems like it works. Next, this is supposed to reduce a lot of friction, so we'll see if A to B comparison and stuff. I wish I would have taken a 0 to 60 test before I cut the exhaust off and put the straight pipes on it. So, but I didn't. I guess we'll just have to see. Which I think that really improved because when I punched it the first time, I chirped the tires back there, which I did earlier too. So anyway, I think I'm gonna pack some stuff up here in the garage and then head home for tonight.